welcome. My name is Heroin Bob and welcome to Bob Buys, where I normally go to places like charity shops, thrift stores, and retail locations to buy stuff for hopefully really cheap to flip on sites like Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. We're doing a faux sale video today, which stands for a fortnight of sales on eBay. A fortnight is 2 weeks or 14 days, however you want to look at it. And eBay is my primary reselling site. I do also sell on Amazon, Etsy, and Mercari. So I'm going to go over 10 things that I sold in the last 2 weeks on eBay. These are not all of my sales, but I figured this is a good sampling of both really good buys and really bad buys. I'm going to share both of those with you because I feel like that's important as a reseller and as a reselling YouTuber to show you both the good and the bad. In addition to that, I will also tell you guys how long these things took to sell, how much I paid for them, and I also will do a breakdown of gross sales versus what I actually get to take home because I also feel like that's important. So the first thing I'm going to share with you guys today is going to be this pair of AFCO shorts, and I paid $4 for these at the CHKD by my work. You guys saw these in one of my videos, and they sold for $25. I took a best offer on them, and it took only a week for them to sell. This second item is this Tommy Hilfiger shirt. Excuse the doggo, he is going to be panting and wandering around in the background. He's also back here as well in this picture here, which I'm sure you guys have noticed by now. But this Tommy Hilfiger shirt is retail arbitrage. I will never do this again because this is definitely one of the worst buys I have ever made. So I have been experimenting more with retail arbitrage and trying to figure out what does and does not sell and what does and does not move quickly. The Tommy Hilfiger bags, as you guys saw in my last faux so video, it sold relatively quickly and with a really good profit margin for retail arbitrage. This, however, did not. I paid $18 for this shirt and I sold it for $35.88. However, after taxes and fees, I made like $4 off this shirt. So I will not be buying anything Tommy top related unless it is like vintage and I get it at the thrift store. And it also took 8 months to sell, which is another reason why I'm not going to buy it again. This next item is a set of Hallmark stationery. This is something I picked up at the DAV. I paid $2 for this set of vintage stationery. Again, this is one of the things I do like to pick up and check out if I can find it at the thrift store, normally because it's dirt cheap. And if you can find sealed vintage stationery, it does sell very well and normally very quickly. So I, again, paid $2 for this and sold it for $10, and it only took 10 days for this to sell. So if you guys aren't looking in the stationery section or in like the craft section at your thrift store, maybe you should think about doing that. That's also where I get all my Christmas cards for really cheap. It's much better than paying like $12 at Barnes & Noble for it. But this next item is this Alaska lapel pin. I really like selling smalls, particularly lapel pins, because people who collect pens like really like pens. And by pens, I don't mean like the writing utensil, I mean like the stabby utensil. I'm very awkward, okay, just excuse me. And I paid 50 cents for this at the hole-in-the-wall thrift store that I really love going to. This took only about a week to sell, and I sold it for a full asking price of $4.99 plus shipping. So that was a really good return on investment for me and a really good flip as far as it being fast. I do not mind these small flips because it was super cheap to ship. They paid for shipping and it doesn't take up that much space and it's really light. This next item is probably my favorite sale out of all of these that I'm sharing with you for a couple of reasons. So this is a J. Jill 100% linen dress. Linen, if you guys can find it, now is a good time to pick it up because it is going to start getting warm soon, and linen is probably one of the best summertime fabrics you can be wearing. And this took a day to sell. So I picked this up at the Goodwill for $6.99 because that's what dresses are here at the Goodwill. And the reason why this is my favorite flip is because I actually got a lowball offer for this dress of $10 and encountered at $25. They declined it, and then literally within 10 minutes it sold for full asking price of $29.99 with free shipping. So that's why you shouldn't rage decline, guys, when you get a lowball offer. Always counter offer, because that activity on your listing actually boosts the listing up, because it's considered at that point by eBay a desirable item. So it's actually going to boost it up in the algorithm. So don't rage decline, counter, and you might also have a success like this. But I really liked this sale, and it was very quick and very awesome. This next item I'm going to share with you is, I can never pronounce the name of this correctly. It's Etany Agner shoes. You guys saw me pick these up at the CHKD on 25% off day. I paid, I believe, $4 for these shoes, and they only took 2 weeks to sell. I believe that's because they were new without box, but they only took 2 weeks to sell. I sold them for a best offer of $24. So this was a really nice quick flip, and they sent, I believe they also paid for shipping. They did. They paid $8.40 for shipping, and it only cost me $5.40 to ship it out. So that was really nice. This next item is another really bad buy. It's something I will never buy again. I thought sports plus sports brand would equal sale. And while it did, eventually it took 11 months for this item to sell. This is a Nike This is a Nike Florida Seminoles shirt. It was white, it was completely clean, there was no stains, no holes, no tears, no nothing. I figured this shirt would be an easy sell, because when I purchased it and listed it, it was March, so I figured summertime it'd be great. This thing took, like I said, 11 months to sell. It did sell for my full asking price of $19.97, but I did pay $4 for this shirt, and I am never going to buy this again. I don't know what it was about it. I don't know if it was maybe the Seminoles were not having a good year that year, or if it was just because it was a white polo. I don't know why it didn't sell, but I'm not going to pick this up again. This next item is something I pulled out of the hoarder house. This is something I want to talk about because I have sold light bulbs out of the hoarder house before. Light bulbs are something that you can find in your thrift stores and also at estate sales. You should definitely be looking at vintage light bulbs. Now, I also wanted to talk about this item because these took a month to sell from when I listed them. I did get my full asking price. The price up here is not the price that got paid because of the fact that I was also offering, if you buy more, you save more. So if you take 10% off of this, I actually, they paid $15.80 for these, and then $9.60 for shipping. If you buy vintage light bulbs, I always recommend shipping them priority mail just because they are fragile. Now these items, I did ship them priority. It did cost me more than the $9.60. It cost me $11.19 to ship these. But the reason why I always send them priority mail is because they're vintage and they're fragile. So if something were to happen to them, like they get to the buyer and they don't work, you can always write a claim then for priority, or you can always do a claim because it comes with $50 of free insurance. So that's why I always try to send these priority mail, so in case something happens to them because they're vintage fragile items, I would not lose anything. And especially since I got these for free, I definitely don't want to be out money on a free item. So that is why I went ahead and upgraded the shipping, and hopefully they will like them and it makes them to them safely and I wouldn't have to have done that. But this next item is actually out of my personal closet. As I've told you guys before, I am trying to move towards a rotating reseller closet where I buy stuff and if it fits me, I wear it until it sells. So I'm cleaning out some stuff that I have not been wearing that would be worth reselling so I can start living that life. This is a Stella McCartney Adidas collaboration. This is from 2009. That's how long I've had this jacket. It sold for $27.90 plus $9.60 for shipping. It only took 19 days for this jacket to sell. There are a couple collabs from Adidas that you guys should be looking out for. Any Jeremy Scott Adidas collab sells very well. Stella McCartney Adidas collabs sell well depending on the piece. The Missy Elliott pieces also can sell pretty well. And if you guys ever have any questions about Adidas at all, you are free to ask me over on Instagram. It is Bob Buys, just like it is here on YouTube. Anything Adidas pre 2010 or 2010 and before that, I do have quite a considerable number of resources to identify and tell you what it is. Anything after 2010 is modern, and I can probably help you and figure it out, but it's not my expertise area. But I just wanted to share with you guys because this was a good sale, and most of her jackets sell really well. The other pieces, not as much, but the jackets are a pretty decent flip. This next item I wanted to share because #MugLife. I was actually very surprised by this sale because this Garfield mug sold for my full asking price of $14.87. I only paid 50 cents for this at the Restore across the street from my house, or not across the street from my house. This went Restore across the street from my work. The reason why I'm surprised is because not only did this person pay $14.87 for the mug and $8 for shipping, this is a global shipping program sale. So that means someone paid to have this mug that I paid 50 cents for to have them ship it internationally. So I'm sure this person paid like $45, $50 for this one mug. This is why I pick up mugs, is because for me they're really cheap and easy and the return on investment isn't great. But I wanted to show you guys that people will pay really good money for coffee mugs. This only took 5 weeks to sell, which for ceramics is really good. That's actually pretty quick for me. I generally try to hope that things sell within like 2 months. So most of these sales sold within that time frame. But I just wanted to show you guys that mugs do sell. People will pay for them, and sometimes they will pay a lot of money for them. So I really hope this makes it wherever it goes. And for those of you who don't know what the global shipping program is, it is basically, it does cost more for the buyer, but it has a lot of great seller protections, which is why I ship exclusively through the GSP. I don't have time to figure out international shipping and customs, so this is pretty much the only way I'm going to be offering international sales to my customers, is through the GSP. But that is all 10 items, so let's go over some numbers. So the total amount, including the purchase price and the shipping for these 10 items, was $252.39. This is the gross sales. This is not how much I get to take home. So I have to take out the fees, which leaves me with this. And then I have to take out the cost of goods, which was $41.39. And then I have to take out the shipping cost. And that leaves me with a net profit of $114.56. However, that is not what I get to actually take home and put in my pockets, because I do have to set aside some money for government taxes. So bye for that. So that leaves me with an actual take home from the $252.39 of $85.92. So that is the pure profit that I get to deposit into my account after all the fees, the shipping, the cost of goods, and taxes. So that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but if you look at the cost of goods, again, was $41.39, and I made $85.92. So that is what I'm looking at doing with my reselling, is I want to at least double, if not more than double, the amount that I spend on my items. I feel like that's a really good way to look at it, and a really good profit margin or a return on investment for my time. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys saw a couple of things to buy and not to buy when you're out there thrifting or sourcing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye. Gross and break down everything between the gross sale and ball sacks.
What you ball packing now?
Because I trip over myself, or I don't say everything because I'm like, my brain is just ready to be done.
That's why people shoot these things in small steps.
I know, but I hate jump cuts. I like doing it all in one long thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
As best you can.
Yeah. He's gonna be creepy in the background. Of course, I look like hot garbage, but it's cool.
What?
I look like hot garbage.
What's hot garbage?
Me, I'm hot garbage.
You're gonna brag about it.
Hero, hero. Hero, hero. Hero, hero. I wanna be a hero, hero.